Good afternoon. I thought I'd make a short video to give you an orientation to some of the things that are going to be available to you in our online version of the course. I know some of you have concerns about access and timing and things like that, so I thought I'd try to set your mind at ease. The first thing to tell you is that we're not going to have regular class meetings in the sense that you have to be online at 8 o'clock Monday, Wednesday, Friday in order to access the course. You can access the course at any time during the day that's convenient for you. You will have to submit certain things at certain days, and I'll show you what the schedule looks like. But you do not have to regularly attend the course at the same time 3 times a week, so you have some flexibility. The second thing I want to tell you is that I have set up what's called a Blackboard Collaborate session for Monday morning from 8 a.m. until 10 a.m. And I'm going to send you an email with a link to it. If you're watching this video, you can see that the link is in the first announcement here on our announcement page. If you click on it, it'll take you to this screen. That says the session hasn't started yet. At 8 o'clock Monday, if you click on that link, it will take you to the same page in Blackboard that will open and show you what we're fixing to do. Before you decide to participate in that session, please click on this link that's in the announcement. This will take you to the student help menu that explains kind of how Collaborate works. Collaborate is just a video interface that lets us chat face-to-face individually or as part of a group. And it also gives me access to a whiteboard so I can write things if I need to. And it also gives me access to parts of Blackboard. So please watch this link first, and then on Monday, click on this link to join the session. My plan is to do a session 3 times a week for at least the first week to make sure that I'm available to answer your questions. If you can't get in at that time, that's okay. I'll record this, and you can still send me an email at any time you want, or you can send me a text, or you can send me a note through Remind, and you can ask me to set up a FaceTime session, and I'd be happy to do that. Okay, let me move to the next thing. Everything in our course is now under course content, which has always existed in the course and where we've been to submit our papers. The evaluation essay assignment, which we actually started the week before spring break began, is still in the same place. And what I've done here on the opening page, as I've said, here's what we have to do. This is our schedule. I've moved the paper assignment back to Sunday, the 12th of April. So it gives us a little bit more time. And then down here, I've listed the various tasks that we have to do. If you haven't read Chapter 7 in a textbook, please read Chapter 7. The second thing, and this is due on Tuesday, the 31st of March, is you'll see an exercise that I've posted from the Wiki tool, and I'll show you that in a minute, on the 2 essays that I told you to read before spring break. The Myth of Multitasking and What College Rankings Really Mean. Both of those are in our textbook, and I've also linked them on Blackboard. Your proposal is due Wednesday, the 1st of April, posted to Blackboard in discussion board, and you have to respond to 2 of your classmates. You then have to have a draft for your first review on Monday, the 6th, and 2 comments on those, and I'll show you how that works. And then do the peer review on Thursday, the 9th, and comment by Friday the 10th, and then submit the paper by the 12th. Okay, so that's the schedule for the next few weeks. If you click on this link, it'll take you inside. Here's the evaluation paper turn-in, like it always is. Here's the proposal form, and you have a copy of that with the assignment sheet you got before we left for spring break, but here's another one. This is the task that's due on Tuesday the 31st. Let me open it. It's what we call the Wiki tool in Blackboard. And so if you look on this thing, it says Wiki exercise in organizing and supporting an evaluation essay. And these are the 2 essays that it refers to. And you can see it says read these 2 essays and then answer these questions. And you don't have to answer all of them. You just answer the questions that are assigned to you. Like question number 1, context or category or thing being evaluated. This comes from the worksheet, the proposal worksheet. And I ask the question, and then the people that have to answer it is Cynthia, B, and Nathan. Okay. The criteria question is the second one, and that gets answered by Dennis, Sumner, and Rochelle. And I see from reading this that Dennis has already responded to this. And so as you go through, you'll see there are 6 questions, and each of them are assigned to different students. And the idea is you can collect all of the answers here uh, in this one page. Okay, there's 2 ways to add information to it. One is to click on the Edit Wiki Content button, and you'll get a screen that says you can type information into the body of this thing. Okay. The other way to do this is by clicking on the comment link down at the bottom. Okay, and you can just type stuff in the bottom. And then when you're finished with typing it, you just click on Add. So I'll cancel out of that because I'm not adding anything. Now, if you look up here, you can see that Dennis, who was assigned to question number 2, has already submitted his. And he put his name here in the beginning so we know who it is. And then we have his answer to the question. So I'm glad Dennis did this morning because it gives you a model for the rest of you to follow. You can do it this way, or you can do which he did with the Edit Wiki content section, or you can do a comment section. Okay. For this assignment, for the evaluation essay, there's only one wiki assignment. For the proposal essay that we'll get to the middle of April, there are several. And these are designed to replace our in-class discussions. Okay. So if we go back to the course content, I could use the back button too. And we go back to the evaluation essay. The next thing you'll see is you'll see the discussion board sections. This is for the first evaluation proposal. This is where you put your evaluation proposal. You click on this link. And you can see some people have already posted their things here. What you do to post yours is you click on Create Thread. It gives you the comments, it gives you the form, and it tells you to post it down here. So you post it down here. You can post the form. You can put a comment in if you want to, but you can just post the form. And then once you do that, you can do an attachment down here. You can put the form in there. And then over here on the far right, you can see the submit button underneath this terrible image of me. And then once you're done with that, move this out of the way. You can click on submit, and then you're done. We don't put these things, so I'll do a cancel. Okay, this should take us back. So some folks have already put this on here. The next thing that you need to do once you get it posted is you have to respond to it. Okay, so you do the proposal, you post yours, and you have to have this by Wednesday, the 1st of April, which is this Wednesday. And then you have to put your comments on 2 other people's papers by Friday, the 3rd of April. And the other people are designated down here. Like Michaela has to evaluate the proposals from Sumner and from Zachary. Okay, B has to do Anna's and Adam's, and so on. So you can see how they're laid out. Like Riley's got hers posted already, so Cindy and Rochelle Ferguson are the 2 who evaluate hers. You don't have to evaluate everybody's, and you don't have to evaluate anyone who's not listed here. You just do the ones that are in your group. Okay. The second discussion board proposal, which is also linked in Blackboard, is for the first review, and you go through the same process. That's due on Wednesday the 8th, and then you make 2 comments by Friday. I'm sorry, put this up by Monday the 6th, and then by Wednesday the 8th is when you make your comments. There's 2 different ways to get to this. You can get to it in the discussion board thing, or you can get to it inside the course content thing. Let me move my picture down here. Okay. So there's the wiki again. There's the where you post your proposal. Down here, this is where you post your draft. And then down here is where you post your revised draft for peer editing. All of the links for discussion boards will be blue, and all the links for the wikis will be red. And so I've color coded them to try to make this a little bit easier to read. Remember down here on the bottom, these are the checklists that I handed out, the random notes on evaluation. Here are some sample papers. These are not the best papers in the world, but you might want to take a look at some of these. And then these are links to the content. I sent you in an earlier announcement a link to an online version of our textbook. And so if you never did buy the textbook for the course, if you go back into announcements, you'll be able to see them. Okay. So that's about all I have. Let me take you back to the entrance to the course again. Again, don't forget about the Collaborate session on Monday. It's optional, but if you do have questions, please log in and let me know. Thank you very much.